Look, I have a tiki torch, but I'm not a racist. Now, when I bring up that we should split the country up, it's people react like they used to react when I was a little kid to divorce, or as some people still do. It's just like, why do you hate me? Look, things can just not be working out, right? I have spent my whole life looking and working on, trying compromises. I once made a blog, political blog, with Josh Trevino, one of the founders of Red State, and I want to see that overlap. And there are some people out there, but mostly, more and more throughout my life, people have wanted to destroy the middle ground or the overlap. Now, it's like with Gary and I. We both believe in IRV and geographical, but since I don't adopt 100% of his ideas, you know, we're just total enemies. Might as well be, we're not going to work on any of that overlap. Now, part of that's just about Gary's psychology, of course, but it's true in general for other various reasons. Now, I'm not saying I'm not mad at the Southern politics. I'm not mad at Southern people. There's a bunch of individuals. All the states are actually purple states. That's not the problem. It's not trying to separate from a different. It's trying to let democracy have room to go forward with people's kinds of democratic plans. Okay? I'm not saying a country couldn't want to have a rigid border. I don't want to be in that country. Okay, you do. We want different things. And there's at least two big classifications that are having deadlock, and I don't see where it's getting any better. And so it's just like with divorce, you can go your separate ways. Everybody still has democracy. It's just a different group, a more local, closer group, right? Hopefully my country's going to have pretty open borders. You'll have no trouble. We can have a free trade agreement. I'm open to all kinds of things. We could discuss whether we even want a shared joint military. That could work, I think. We're already a federated nation. We just use some federation here. Separate out, so we can have our own president, our own local laws. Probably do have to split the military up. Now, would it mean that we'd go to war with each other? Well, I would hope not. Yeah, some people react to divorce that way from their emotional problems. But really, there's like 5 major regions in the United States that all have good natural resources. If we split north and south, we both have great natural resources. We have fine enough infrastructure everywhere. There's enough federal assets to split up. You'll get some of the bases, we'll get some of the bases, you'll get some ports, we'll get some ports. And I don't think you should take it so emotional. It's just clear to admit that we are not working this out. I don't see that happening. And people are always like, people think this, people think that. It's like, have you not noticed there's like, when you say everybody thinks blah, 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 probably half the people don't think what you just said. You can't tell that yet. And we're just hoping to destroy each other, but we're also, the other side's violent one. Look, if we're not going to get violent, which we're not, even if we did get violence, it's not like we're going to kill off all of each other. So the violence is not going anywhere. Then we have to find a way to try our different plans. I don't believe in torture. If another country believes it is a good idea to do torture, how are we supposed to compromise on that? Right? We can't even compromise on the things that I'd like to compromise on. I mean, I believe in the right to bear arms. There's things that I could work with that they don't want. The overlap isn't complete enough. That's a sign of two things separating. It's mitosis. All right? And frankly, if we split in two, you'd find out that the South is a lot more liberal than you thought, and the North is a lot more conservative than you thought. That's what the actual, rules of history would show. in that sort of case. It's this state of constant headlocking that's making us in a panic state where things seem like they have to be so extreme to balance out this other side. You know? And in reality, if we're on our own, we'd restabilize. We'd stand up straight instead of leaning so hard one direction or the other. We're leaning against something. If that pressure to lean right against that something was taken away, we could just stand on our own. I'm sure we'd be fine. North Korea would still be a common enemy. Maybe we could come together on some compromise to do something about it. Okay, that's my attitude. Now, you could say that attitude's wrong. Fine. Don't have the hurt feelings like I'm insulting you or someone told me I wanted to make all the Republicans move to the South. No. The Republicans in the North would still be part of our democracy. And frankly, we'd probably get more of the old Republicans back, the Bob Doles and whatnot. I wasn't that fond of the Jack Kemps and whatnot, but, you know, you could deal with that. That's fine. They're not going to be stamped out. This is to avoid stamping anybody out.